Niamh, how are you doing? After two tough results in the opening couple of weeks, how was it last week getting a little bit of time to just kind of clear the head and refresh yourself for the last few weeks of this championship?
Yeah, like the last 2 weeks, we've put on 80 minutes. We've been there for the 80 minutes, and it's been good to pull the green on again. But to have last week to refresh and go over the 2 games and review what we've done and look at what we can do for the games to coming has been very good. And back in this week's been really good to see the girls again and catch up with them, what they got up to on their week off and that kind of thing. So it was a nice refresher, and there's a nice buzz around camp at the minute, and we're very excited for the week coming.
Did you feel you needed it after those 2 games?
Not necessarily needed it, but it was nice to have a break and go and see some friends, see some family. When you're in camp, it's great to be around the girls, but to be able to catch up with your mum or whatever is always really nice, because being in the rugby environment, you might not get to see her as much as you'd like. So she was all biz to see me, and we had a coffee and that kind of thing. So it's nice to catch up with her.
Niamh was saying that over the last couple of weeks, the break, it gave you a chance to kind of review the game and look back on it and look at the mistakes. What was it from the France game that you picked out that you could improve on this week?
Yeah, I think we kind of said it under the post after they scored their first 2 tries that our systems were right. It was just individual errors that our fold was slow, and that had a knock-on effect. Then we were down numbers and a kick in behind, and we were just caught. So I think our intentions are right, and once we nail our systems, and I suppose that everyone is aware of the role they have to play, we'll be fine. But it's just executing that, really.
And in terms of Italy this weekend, what can you tell us about them? Because it's kind of been tough to get a read on them, where in that France game they looked very, very good and really frustrated France, and then probably let themselves down a bit against England. So you're kind of we're a bit unsure what we're going to get from them.
Yeah, definitely, and they're obviously a good side. They were at a World Cup in November, but I think going into this week we just really have to focus on what we can control. We're not under any illusions. Italy are a good side, and it's going to take a lot to go over there and beat them at their home pitch. So I think we're just going to focus on ourselves for this week.
I know it's been a tough few weeks for you, but have you been able to take some positives from the 2 defeats?
Yeah, definitely. We reviewed the French game. I know the scoreline wasn't necessarily the best, but we had some really nice phases. We kept the ball well. Our set pieces is really growing, and we're really growing into the game as we go. And getting to train this week with the girls has been great to fix those errors and look at a few new things that we might bring out for Italy. And as I said, we've had some really nice bits. When we played Wales, the first couple of scrums weren't great, and then we really built into it and got a few penalties back ourselves. And the same in the French game. We take a lot of pride in our set piece and all that sort of stuff. So we've really built on it, and we'll continue to do so and keep going up.
Dennis was just saying there how resilient you are as a group, and how you always remind yourselves you're on a journey and where you are in the journey. As an athlete that wants to win games, so it must be frustrating to have to kind of take a step back to say, listen, maybe not this time.
Well, I think, we all want to win. We're all athletes. We're here to compete. But I think for us, we know we're on a journey, and we want to grow as a group and get better. And you can see from the Welsh performance to the French performance, we are growing. And even coming in on Monday, the hunger's there. We're keen, and we had some scrums and mauls this morning, and the forwards going all at each other. And it's really nice to see that we're really thriving in that competitive environment, and we'll take it onto the field.
In one way, after losing at Musgrave Park, is it almost a relief to be playing away from home, because you don't have that pressure on you to try and give the crowd something?
Well, it's always a pleasure to play at home, but any time to get to play for Ireland's fantastic. So it'll be nice to go to Parma and play again. So I think it doesn't really matter where we are. We're a family, and we play the best we can no matter where we are, and we'll put on a performance.
Have you highlighted any areas where you can get at Italy yet?
We've kind of just looked at areas we can target as from a back's perspective this morning in our units meeting. I think we're just sharpening up on our own moves, and it's just little details we need to get right, I think, just to try kind of poke holes at their defence.
Can't give away too much too, can we?
No.
And
how beneficial was the last week in trying to just switch off mentally?
Yeah, I suppose it gives you a chance to reflect on the last 2 weeks. When you're in camp, you're kind of just always trying to think of the next job and what you have to do next, and sometimes it's hard to look back, even though we do reviews and everything. But But yeah, it's a bit of time to yourself to sit with your thoughts. It's been good.
And lastly for me then, how important has your togetherness and the great team spirit that you obviously have been after a tough start to the tournament?
It's been huge. Like, I think it's kept us together the whole way. I think it'd be a lot tougher coming in if, we all didn't get along and it just wasn't really a great vibe. But the girls came in, we came in yesterday, and there's been a great buzz since. I think the sessions went really well today, this morning and yesterday. So everyone's just excited to be back, and it's really good to be all together.
Okay, so cheers guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And if I could just jump back in one more, Niamh, has it been spoken about as a group going back to Parma, like the scene of the kind of low ebb of the last couple of years, and trying to, I suppose, put that behind you?
Yeah, I think a lot of us are aware of it. Like the squad, the players that were involved in that squad when we went there last time, we're kind of aware of it. But there's lots of fantastic players coming through that haven't been there. So for us, it's trying to it's an exciting time. We're going to go play Italy. We're going to go play Italy at home. That's something really special. And we're not really looking at what's happened in the past. It's all about the future and the onward journey we've got. So I think the people that were involved there have put that behind them, and we're thriving and ready to go.